The Law Association of Trinidad and Tobago is raising concerns over the emergency powers order prohibiting public protests in designated areas, warning that emergency measures must not become a substitute for democratic governance. In a statement issued Thursday, the association acknowledged the serious security threats facing the country and recognized the government's authority to take extraordinary action during a state of emergency. However, it said, quote, emergency powers are granted for exceptional and temporary circumstances and do not confer an unlimited license to restrict fundamental rights, end quote. The association noted that peaceful protest remains a fundamental expression of democracy and questioned whether the current restrictions are proportionate to the objectives of the SOE. It pointed to the order's prohibition of protests within a 500-meter radius of 15 key government and judicial buildings, saying, quote, placing protesters 500 meters from the very institutions they seek to address stifles the effectiveness of the protest itself, end quote. The Law Association also warned, quote, when citizens cannot confidently determine whether a peaceful protest will expose them to arrest, many will choose silence over participation, end quote. The association is now calling on the government to review the order to ensure any restrictions are narrowly tailored, operationally necessary, and constitutionally justifiable. It's also urging the Commissioner of Police to clearly define the boundaries of the exclusion zones and is asking the Attorney General to explain the legal necessity for each of the 15 designated areas. Additionally, the association wants government to provide evidence supporting continued extensions of the state of emergency. It says, quote, good governance requires that any extension thereof be justified by evidence and that the balance between public safety and constitutional rights be actively and continuously reviewed, end quote. The Law Association says it remains committed to working with the state to uphold the rule of law while ensuring that the balance between national security and constitutional freedoms is maintained. Urvashi Tawari Rupnarayan, TV6 News.